Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today on Tallidus Plays, we continue our Build 42 Project Zomboid playthrough of our Airport Challenge. This is the third episode here, and fittingly, the third day. We are just starting the day here, and we had a pretty solid second day. We did a little bit more looting along the north side of the runway. We looked at all these airplane hangars that you see here in a row. Looks like about 5 of them. We didn't quite go into this building because there's quite a few zombies around it. But otherwise, we are ready to do a little bit more exploration today and see what we find. Again, I'm going to double check the kitchen up here for snacks and food before we go out. Because I don't know if we actually got all the snacks available yet. There's some sausages. We're actually going to throw these in the freezer. I didn't really check that thoroughly. But we're going to hold off on cooking those for now. Again, we are a little peckish, but I know we have a bag of chips down below. We might cook one of those up at some point, but not just yet. Again, our character is quite uncomfortable, miserable. You know, it's probably because we're wearing all these things. The fire helmets, we have the vision impairment, discomfort. Let's see, what else do we have that's causing us discomfort? Seems to be mainly that fire helmet, actually. What about the vest? Yeah, the civilian bulletproof vest takes a lot of discomfort. So we're actually going to throw this bulletproof vest in the backpack for now. We can add it on if we need to go into a large horde, but that's going to really help with our uncomfort level there. And honestly, we might... Oh, the comfort is gone. Yeah, so that's good. We'll throw that on if we need to. We're going to keep everything else on just out of, you know, sake of precaution. And I'm pretty sure we have a bag of chips in the storage here. So we can grab that before we head out here. And we have our Diet Cola. We'll drink that whenever we want. I need half the bag of chips for now. We'll save the other half. And yeah, we'll just kind of make our way over across the tarmac here. Still quite a few zombies up there. I'd rather not fight all those guys. Again, this miserable stat... There's a chance this is a Build 42 thing. I don't really know what I can do to help that. I'll have to check it out and see. I have heard this might be the Moodle, but there's some Moodle right now that's really just kind of raining on people's parades, and it might be this one, the miserable. So we'll have to do maybe a little research between episodes on that front just to see. But otherwise, I know the airport terminals and all the passenger areas are a little bit further south here. I know that gate goes all the way to the road, so we're just going to go west here. And we see a construction site. Looks like it's a hangar under construction. A couple more hangars beyond that. And then we should have an opening in the fence to go towards the actual airport itself. But we will be doing a little bit more combat here. And, of course, looting through all of these chests. We want to see if there's any other weapons. Any other usable loot that looks good. And of course we're going to check all of these radios for potential emergency frequencies. 7 steel sheets. 5 steel sheets. Wow, okay. Usually you find 1 or 2 in a given container, but 7 and 5 is a nice little quantity there. Again, this effective combat is brought to you by honed skill selection. Again, we picked Stout. It's one of our starting skills, and also Fire Officer, so we have a little bit of bonus strength there. Let's just change color. I wonder if this is we got a Nox Talk radio, maybe? Doesn't really seem to be helping me with my miserable stat. I really don't know what is giving me that. I'll have to look that up and see. I also don't really know what that does to my abilities. Some stats will make you weaker, some will make you less accurate. I don't really know if miserable actually affects any of our real stats. It might just be a thing that we're always going to have to deal with. I know in Build 41 that was not really an issue though, so. This did not have the emergency broadcast? No. Okay, so we're just going to turn this off for now. Check out these next two buildings, which are both, I believe, airplane hangars. Do a few more zombie kills. I'm going to go to crouch mode here because we might have zombies inside. So I just want to see what we're dealing with before we decide to fight all these guys, because they will see me right about now. I should be in their visual range. Let's move a little bit closer. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, well. We got one here to kill, so we'll worry about this guy, then we'll worry about the rest. Okay. Sounds like another one has heard me. It's a heavy chain. Literally 12.5 kilos. Ooh, rotten habanero. Some garbage bags. We'll sort through these. Rotten, rotten, rotten. The yeast is good. I mean, we'll grab that. I don't really know if we'll ever get to the point of using yeast. That's baking bread means you've really really set up a stable survival environment, so I don't know if we're gonna get quite that far. There's gotta be a zombie right up here. Okay. More planks, more planks. Planks for days. Anything in the freezer? Go on. Another book. I mean, they love giving us these books. We got books all over the place. Need some gum. A lot of literature. Like I said, I think I've mentioned this multiple times already, but for Build 42, they really expanded the literature, just sort of, you know, kind of lore-based things. There's a lot more titles, sort of a lot more customized options, more IDs, passports, badges, diaries, things of that nature. So there's just a whole lot more to, like, you know, look into. Not necessarily all readable in the sense that you actually learn things from them, but it really makes the environment feel a bit more lived in. So, kind of an implied backstory. For steel sheets, 6 steel sheets in there. So if and when I actually get my mechanics skill up, we will be able to beef up a car with a lot of armor with all these steel sheets. Maybe that'll be like a grand finale of sorts, you know. Your luggage. Alright. I saw quite a few items in here. Anything look good? We'll leave it all for now. Again, I just don't want to, you know, loot everything and then go around breaking all the shovels and the hose and the rakes and everything that we could use for actual agriculture if we end up surviving long-term at the airport. As I mentioned in the last episode, the challenge is to stay on the confines of the airport property and survive for at least 7 days or until the helicopter event occurs. Whichever happens first, I'll consider a victory for the challenge. Again, we are on Survivor difficulty with no other adjustments made, just plain Jane Survivor mode. With the airport spawn as the only mod that we've installed for this particular run. And, yeah, again, I'm going to play it like I play every other run, you know. Long-term survival is the ultimate goal. I never really plan to lose. It just tends to happen that way in Zomboid. Did I bring my scissors? No. Okay, well, leave that for now. I'll go back through and maybe grab some of these leather coats and things and actually use scissors to shred them all up and start using that leather to kind of reinforce my gear. But again, with the fireman outfit, the firefighter gear here is pretty reinforced already. Seems to be a pretty good amount of armor. If you look at my protection scores, not too shabby across the board. Bites and scratches, fairly well defended. Legs could use a little bit of help, but the hands are the only thing that's truly exposed. I still have yet to find any leather gloves, but we'll get there. I might just ignore. These guys are walking away from me, so let's not poke that bear any more than we need to. We're going to take a swig off of our diet soda here. Drink a quarter of that. So we are getting a little thirsty. I don't think this is going to... Oh, okay. It actually does help us a little bit with our hunger. Guess that's the carbonation doing its job. We're just gonna sneak past these guys. Might have to fight them on the way back, but we'll see. Looks like maybe one of them is about to see us. We'll jog past a little bit here. Yeah, they're just kind of meandering. We'll see what happens there. There's a lot of bloodstains here from something. Again, on 42, there should be critters running around. Squirrels, rabbits. You can actually find cows and pigs at some point, kind of barnyard animals. So sometimes there's like a little pack of squirrels or rabbits that run by. That's that gas pump I was alluding to in a previous episode. We can use that gas pump to fill up our vehicles, at least until the power goes out. When the power goes out, we will need at least one generator for the gas pump and one generator for whatever building we decide to call home. If we want to keep the lights on, more importantly, keeping the fridges on. Again, I'm trying to avoid most combat, but I acknowledge we do need to kill some of these zombies to keep this pathway kind of clear. That's a small kind of utility building there. I think that's just going to be electrical stuff, so we're going to avoid that for now. I would like to get to the actual terminal and just see how infested that really is. Again, we've attempted this playthrough a couple times, this challenge. This is the longest we've gotten as far as calendar goes. Oh, see, here are those critters I was just talking about. So this is the longest we've made a calendar. I think these are rabbits. But we have actually gotten to the airport itself on a previous attempt. So I do know that it is jammed with zombies on the interior. So with that in mind, we will take things very, very slow. Upon arrival, we will have to kind of meticulously kind of work our way through, clear it out, be very, very cautious. Keep an eye on all of our noodles, make sure we're fed and hydrated, because it is very easy to get overwhelmed once we get near the airport here. On that note, if we follow this yellow line, it should lead right up to one of the gangways. And in fact, we're coming up on one of the buildings right now. So again, we're going to probably... I see some doors there in the checkered area, so that'll probably be our main entrance. This is the actual airport. We have officially laid eyes on the airport. You can see the second floor there is where most of the action is going to be. First floor is kind of the underworkings. So we're going to draw a few zombies out and try to pick them off one at a time. And we're not going to get too sloppy here, if possible. Those prescription glasses? They are. Okay. I'll grab those for just in case. Never hurts to have a spare pair on hand. This guy's off kilter. That is even better. Hard hat, work boots. We've got all that already. Yeah, I mean nails. Nah, leave them. Normally I'd start gathering nails and stuff, but we know we have a ton of crafting equipment back in those airplane hangars, so I'm really not worried about hoarding them just yet. We're gonna move towards these doors. Again, fully aware that the inside of the airport will be pretty poppin' with zombies, so we're not going to overextend ourselves. Consider this already a victory that we even got here on this day. Day 3 arrival at the official terminal area. These doors might all be locked as well, so we have to keep that in mind. If they're all locked, well, as soon as we attempt to jiggle one of the door handles, I'm sure we'll have plenty of zombies that are more than happy to help us open the doors. But we'll see. I'm going to go for these small doors. I don't want to open the garage doors just yet. Get ready. Okay, this one's unlocked. And there's at least one zombie coming out. So we're going to just back away. See, zombie resting next to this pillar. So we're going to take care of him as well. Sleeping on the job over here, I see. Okay, 2 down there. Okay, I hear somebody banging on the door. Interesting. Well, get it up. Oh, somebody just smashed through one of these ones. Oh, there we go. Yep. They're starting to smash on the upper floor windows, maybe? They probably heard me. So yeah, they would actually be directly above me. That's why they're smashing through those windows. So I do have to be cautious, because if they fall down, it might not kill them. They could walk back up and sneak up on me from behind, so keep that in mind. Oh, we drew a few more, so we're going to back away again. Eat a quarter of my chips here just to stay not peckish. I want to stay topped off if possible on food. There we go. So again, when we move upstairs, it would probably be best to avoid this particular area on the second floor. So we are currently riling up all the zombies directly above us. Okay, they're all toast. Carving fork is not the best. These are prescription as well. Keep them. I like how everybody has the same prescription. It's one of those things where I don't mind a slightly less realistic playthrough if, you know, short-sighted is already tricky enough. Oh, okay. We're going to do a whisper. Pull a few more out. Again, I don't want to be yelling right now and drawing everyone out. We're just going to take 3 or 4 at a time and try to deal with them outside, if possible. Keeping in mind it is noon, Zomboid time, so we do have a good chunk of the day still left over. Coveralls. Fillet knife, we'll grab that. Honestly, that might be more useful for cooking and crafting than actual combat. We'll see if we can open this garage door and, it's still closed. Okay, looks like this one got opened up. They bashed open a window, or bashed open the door, or both. And now we have quite a few to deal with. So we're going to back out a little bit more into the sunshine here. Again, I want a wide open space so nobody can get up behind me here. And we'll start dealing with these guys. Break time is over. Oh! That was scary. I don't like dealing with all these things. So we're gonna back away here a little bit. Regroup a little bit. There we go. Hit and shove. Hit one, shove one. Rinse and repeat. Okay, here comes the next patch. Again, don't forget to scan your environment. Make sure nobody's coming up behind you. There's the scissors. Might grab those. And if you stand directly on the chest of a zombie, it's usually not going to be able to get back up right away, so you can kind of use that to sort of pin one down while you fight another one. It's just always a good option to have in your back pocket if you have a few that you're dealing with simultaneously. Let's see, anything leather? Looks like not. Okay. Check out these ones. Yeah, there's that. They broke down that whole door there, so matter of time. And again, as we continue to move through the airport, basically our simple presence will be stirring up more and more of the undead, and they'll more than likely start bashing down all the doors and windows and all the garage doors, basically opening everything up, but at the same time making it to where you can't close it behind you. So safe in one way, not safe in the others. Can we... I guess I need my scissors in my inventory to use them. That's interesting. Grab the leather coat. Can we no longer use scissors on leather? Leather coat. Cut up into leather strips. There we go. I think this is just to take it out of the bag, too. This is crazy. Let's take it out of the bag. Now we're cutting it up. And you're taking a sweet time here. At least I can turn while I do that. Zombies are going to see me any second now and start making their way over. These zombies will open the door and start making their way over. My goodness. I wonder how many strips this is going to give me. Does look like they've updated the animation a little bit on this. Ah, naturally. Okay. Well, interrupted that action. I wish it would kind of like bookmark some of these actions. Cutting leather ships, I feel like you don't complete the whole action. When you restart it, I should give you credit. Because I just burned a good amount of time doing that, and I think it reset it. Alright, well, let's see. We'll cut it up. Yeah, see, it's going to restart it. Alright, well, let's go fast forward just a little bit here to see. And sure enough, he's seen me, but I think we're going to have just enough time to finish. And there we go. Toasted. Nothing right there. Okay. Duct tape, grab that. I think dexterous is going to be a permanent selection for me, to be honest. I always picked it, but decided not to on this go-round. Ooh, we're going to wear these leather gloves. But I am already really feeling the hurt of not having dexterous. It seems like everything takes forever to do, so drink a little bit more Diet Cola here. And we'll see whoever opens this one up. It's probably about to happen sooner than later. They've been working on it for a minute. Go to crouch mode. There's two over here. Yeah, we'll let them stick to it. We'll come back out. Put all these leather ships in the bag. Okay. Yeah, we've got 3 more to kill. We're going to go a little bit further out. I don't like being under this dark area. Just limited visibility. Just, you know, I don't trust it. Alright. More down. I don't think I need a lighter. Does high visibility things do anything? No? Okay. I guess I could take some of the denim from the jeans. Maybe not. The leather's better. Denim is good for like sort of intermediate level tailoring to start beefing up a little bit, but I think the only thing that could really make the firefighter gear better is, in fact, the leather strips. So we'll focus on those primarily. Again, we're not going to do too much fighting right in front of these doors because I don't want to alert. There's like 20 zombies over here to the west. I'd rather not have all of them come to get me, so we're going to avoid that for now. What we really need is food. That is the primary objective right now. I know we've got a couple pieces of meat back at the fire station and the freezer, so we can cook those up. But otherwise we have no stockpiles of food. Well, it's getting to be a little concerning. See, this is why I don't like fighting in the dark. Can't even see what I'm doing here. Stop. Western boots. Yeehaw. Gotta go back inside here. Oh yeah, see, there's a few more that have joined the fray, so I'm glad I haven't opened this door yet. It's sort of taking a little bit of the stress off of me. And even having one zombie banging against that door lets me know where one zombie is, even though I can't see him. My character is a little panicked. Trembling hands, nervous, jumpy, still miserable. Maybe that'll go down over the course of the few days. Maybe it's just something that you feel in the beginning of a zombie apocalypse. Things do tend to seem a little unwinnable. Feels like I'm losing a step here. Swinging a little... Oh, a handy knife. Oh, this is a great item. basically a Swiss Army knife. I think it works as a can opener, pocket knife for crafting, scissors, basically all the little things on it. I'll have to double check online to see if that is in fact what it is. But this is a pretty big deal for research craft. Can research craft recipe. Maybe that's to make a handy knife? I don't know. The idea is my character is looking at this. I hope it doesn't remove the weapon. Learn, make improvised screwdriver. Yeah, see, it's a screwdriver. So this is a really nice grab. It's only 0.4 kilos. And for a reference point, the screwdriver itself is coming in at a weight of 0.35 kilos. So barely heavier than a single screwdriver. It's got all the gadgets and gizmos you'd want. So. Not a bad find. It's actually pretty lucky. So, I'm gonna keep moving down here. Again, we've killed most of these zombies. I see a couple. I can hear a couple above me still kind of breaking those windows. I don't think they're gonna fall out on their own though. They'll either have to be encouraged, pushed, or just killed when I go upstairs. But for now, all I really want to do is get inside of this actual building. So we'll be inside the actual airport, and we'll have a better chance of finding food. From some of the commissaries, maybe the food court, or even in some of the luggage in here. There should be some snacks and stuff. So I'm going to go into sneak mode. Just to see. I know we've got a few more coming out. Wow, there's about 15 in there, so let's scurry a little bit further out again. There's a new batch down there that I haven't seen either. It's about 8 to 10 more zombies. Huh, okay. Well, I'll have to play that by ear. I knocked some more glasses off. Let's check. Prescription reading glasses. I think we can grab onto those. And yeah, let's move a little bit further out. Take care of these guys. And we might just have to do a little bit of work. Seems like we keep having more and more zombies join. The more we fight, the more come out. The only other thing I can think to do would be a loud noise to get them all to go to one area. And then we go to the other area. Have a classic distraction play. However, I don't know if it's the safest thing to do. Also, I don't know what I would do that with. I mean, usually a good play if you have a lot of vehicles. Find one with a siren, turn on the siren, and just park it far away. You can draw a bunch of zombies over to that area. The problem is you've created basically a ticking time bomb and a constantly blaring siren that you might hear for the rest of your playthrough. So, a couple of downsides, potentially. Okay, that one almost got a free bite out of it. It's a little scary. Really not trying to lose for some silly reason like that. Just, again, getting just a little sloppy. Ooh, these are better gloves, I think. We'll wear these. Pretty sure the other ones I had on were, they had a hole in them, yeah. So these are definitely better. You know? So again, with these gloves on, leather gloves, 83 degrees outside, we are definitely feeling the heat, but better safe than sorry. Check our protection now. We have protection all over the body, to one level or another, whether it be scratches or bites. Let's peek in here. I want to get to these, at least these shelves, right inside the door. If I can get in those before we leave the area, I'll consider that a win for the day. We'll make our way back to the firehouse, which is our current safe space. Assuming that zombies haven't migrated and are now blocking the way. So, I'm going to be a little quick here. We're just going to jog over here real quick just to see. Again, we have quite a few in here, so we're going to be very quick. Okay, no food to speak of, and quite a few zombies. It looks like they bashed down that door. So we're going to keep jogging our way out to the airport here. And I think we'll have to suffice with the meat in the freezer back at base, because I do not want to go in there right now. And we drew quite a few zombies to that door, so probably what we'll be doing most of the next day is fighting this horde. try to take care of a few of them now, but I don't think we have time to take care of all of them. Starting to get a little exhausted. Keep an eye on that noodle. Hit and shove. Okay, we don't want him to stumble us at all. That would be bad. Kind of lucky on some of these hits, actually. Starting to knock a few out. 1 or 2 hits. Okay, I think that's the whole group that I'm standing on. Let's do a quick check. I don't want to stand on here too long. These are pretty rank smelling. Pager, that's a new one. We'll grab this leather jacket. We'll shred that at a more convenient time. We need to clean up badly. We are just soaked right now with zombie viscera. And yeah, we can hear all the zombies smearing against the windows upstairs. I think those are ear protectors. Yeah, let's keep toggling our view here. Sun is starting to get a little bit low. We're going to go back to sneak mode. Oh, I think this whole group came around. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. This is not ideal. I know we're stirring up a whole bunch right above us. I can hear them all. Don't seem to be jumping out, though. Which is probably for the best. I'd rather not be raining zombies on our head. So, I'll count that as another victory. It's interesting, though. I don't see any of the glass falling, so I don't know if it doesn't register or what. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that whole group just hanging out there, because that was not the group that came out to meet me. That looks to be a potentially better backpack, or is that a duffel bag? It's either a bigger backpack or a duffel bag. Keep that in mind. I don't like my energy thirst level. We have a little bit more soda we can sip on. Yeah, let's sip on some soda here. Make another quarter of this. And I think that's a duffel bag. Another level of sneaking. Yeah, okay, so I'm not really stressed about getting that. I don't know. Either fight more into the night, or we get back to where we were. I think it's going to take a good chunk of the day to get back to base, though, because it is already 7 p.m. And we got to get all the way back over here to the home area. Can I mark that? Just stored my pen. That's fine. And you know what? Our nightstick has broken. I did not even realize that until just now. It must have broken on that last hit. Okay, well, duly noted. I think it's time to switch to the old crowbar. I was hoping to hold off on this, but we do have a pen, so I'll grab that for now. I'm just going to make a little note on the map that the fire station is in fact our home area. So that, and we'll do like that. There we go. And we know we have an entrance here, but there is a whole lot of zombies, so I'll just make a little note of an arrow there. And I really don't think we want to go into the air for now. So yeah, let's start heading our way back to the base. I think I might have another nightstick to grab while we go back. And I know there's a chance of encountering at least 1 or 2 other packs of zombies, so we'd rather not do that at low energy. We drink another quarter. I guess this is the remaining part of this Diet Cola. See if that can help us with our food. The fizzy bubbles. Nope. Okay. Well, either way, not a bad day so far. Got some leather strips, you know, some more spare glasses, duct tape. We got our handy tool, handy knife, which is very, very handy indeed. No pun intended there. Oh, let's go straight this way. Yeah, I think this is the best bet. And yes, eventually we will be able to set up traps. Maybe we can trap some of these rabbits. In fact, let me see here, crafting-wise. It wouldn't be the worst idea to actually set up some trap. Can I do box trap, empty trap? So I can do a crate trap. Planks, nails, hacksaw for a crate trap. That might not be a bad idea. I've not done a bunch of trapping, especially not in build 42. So I don't know if I need to, like, what's the word for it? Like, bait the traps? Because again, the bait might be worth just eating on its own, so that's always the catch, right? You don't want to use all your food on bait and lose the bait and the prey. So the other option is to hotwire a car. Oh, go to crouch mode. That was an ambient gunshot off to the east or north, and unfortunately, that's going to draw all the zombies in the vicinity northbound. So I'm hoping that won't bring them all towards the fire department, but we'll see. This could be a big problem for us here. On a previous attempt at this mission, the fire station was surrounded by zombies, and there was an ambient gunshot off to the west that actually drew all the zombies away from the fire station. So at this point, we're going to just try to fall in line and sneak between the hordes here, trying to make our way back towards base. Hopefully, this won't result in them all doing exactly what they're doing. It does unfortunately look like they're all heading straight towards my base. Again, this is single player. That's what they call a meta event, which sort of simulates the existence of other survivors. You never see them, but you will occasionally hear them. And unfortunately, all the zombies will hear them as well. So we're going to move a little bit further away. We have to kill these guys who saw me. If we're very lucky, they'll all just walk continuously north and leave the entire airfield area. But I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to go right up towards the fire station and just kind of stop and hang out there. So we will see. Again, we're basically following behind these hordes. The other possible benefit, depending on how loud that noise was, all those zombies hanging out in front of the terminal would actually be walking away from it now. So that could be a windfall gain in that instance, but I'm always very hesitant to count anything as a positive in Zomboid. There's all sorts of ways to potentially lose. And yeah, see, they're all going past this hangar. Oh, we get followed here. Did not see you at all. Looks like Shaggy. Rutrow. Okay. And my character is still miserable. Let's see. They're went a little east, but now they're going back north. Okay. Northeast directly for these guys. This is not ideal. And again, I'm not sure how it works, if it's every zombie in the area or if it's only the zombies around the player that hear the noise and are therefore drawn to it. We shall see. I'm very glad that I decided to leave when I did, though. Because I wouldn't want all the zombies to be moving from the airport over to my base. Oh, this is terrible. Are they all going directly towards the fire station? Is that really what's happening right now? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Is that... Yep. Come on. Hoping they all maybe just stop short. Again, they're going towards that gate. Let's take a peek up here. I need to stop sprinting, actually, because we got high exertion here. We can't really fight right now. It looks like he's going towards the parking lot. I don't think they're headed directly towards the fire station, so we might have caught a break there. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole horde kind of hanging out here, so I think we are actually in luck. And none too early as well. Okay, yeah, he's going towards the fence. I don't know. Hopefully he hits the fence and he turns left. Turn left. Turn left. Is he walking through it? He's just lagging a little bit. Okay, he's just going to walk along the wall there. Okay, well, maybe he'll turn left. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like they're all kind of going that way. But either way, we are back at base, back at the fire station here. And we are very, very tired. Very, very hungry. Could eat a horse. Thirst isn't terrible. Thirst could be worse. Thirst could be worse. Okay, so I think we get rid of the screwdriver. Put the handy knife in our belts, so it weighs less. We've already read that magazine. Now we're gonna refill this with water. Let's get rid of these for now. I'm just kind of storing everything. The bulletproof vest I'm gonna hang on to, just because I still might want to throw it on before a big fight. I could have worn it earlier, actually, when I was fighting all the zombies in front of the airport, but the mobility was better. Although this doesn't really hit my mobility, it just is discomfort. So honestly, if my character is miserable regardless, we might as well wear this. Well, let's do that now. It's going to make me miserable either way. I think this does raise my discomfort level. Let's see, again, it takes me about 4.5 business days to unpack this. And put it on. There we go. So I'm a little uncomfortable. That'll probably increase in just a second. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to hold off on, I know I have pork rinds in this one, and the ginger ale. We're just going to keep those in there for now, because I really want to use the steak upstairs while we still have power. We're going to cook those up, and I'll kind of piecemeal that out over the next day or so for eating. And I don't really have the energy to drag these bodies out. Eventually, I would like to clean up the station a bit, but the main areas are decently clear. We have one body here, but we can work around that. So, let's actually grab the sausage out first here. That steak is still decent, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the oven. Ooh. There we go. We changed the way it works a little bit in the new update. Throw the sausage in the oven, and that'll thaw down, and then it'll cook up. While that's happening, we might actually drag this body. Grab the corpse. I'm just going to drag it a little bit into this little room here. And again, you'll see how quickly this exhausts us. We're high exertion right now. Every, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 squares that you drag a corpse, it really takes a toll. If you hit space, you'll kind of instantly drop it. And that's all I'm going to do for that. And again, that's basically just to not have it where we're eating a cooking food. Okay, it's actually cooking now. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to take a swig of water. What I'm going to do too is drink from the sink and polish off our soda. Then we're going to refill that with water. When this is cooked up, we will kill the oven, eat this for dinner, and we'll be good to go. So fill this back up. Now this has become a water bottle with a black label. Very fancy. And we're keeping the crowbar as our main weapon right now. I would like to use something else though, because I want to try to maintain the crowbar as long as possible. It's got decent condition, but you can tell, look, it's already gone down almost 10% just from 1 day of usage, as little as we have used it. So we're going to turn off the oven now. It's still hot enough to finish cooking the sausage. Basically letting that carry over to the end. And as soon as it's done, we'll pull it. There we go. Alright, and this will actually help out a little bit with our unhappiness. So I'm going to eat a quarter of that just to see how it does. Again, drinking that soda helped out our hunger, so kind of a win-win there. Again, this is better hot, so we're going to probably eat more of it now than later. Did that only let us eat? My hunger was minus 20 out of this. It's minus 19 now. I do hear a zombie outside. And you learn to always kind of keep your ears open for those footsteps. So we're gonna check downstairs before we finish the night. I wish it could kind of turn off the arcade machine. I guess we could disassemble it. I don't know if the zombies can actually hear that sound effect or if it's just something like ambient sound effect that plays when you're near it, but it seems like a bit of a liability. Yep, sorry for the jump scare. If anybody was surprised by that, that's the zombie we heard walking up. So we're going to go outside. These might be the ones that were walking along that fence from that gunshot sound earlier in the afternoon. So again, I don't want to pick a huge fight here. But I also don't want to let zombies stack up at our base. Just don't want them, you know, climbing up to the bedroom while I'm trying to have a good night's sleep. So let's see if we can't kill these two. And we'll call it a night here. This one's really resilient. It's being very difficult to kill here. Again, I am very tired. My character is past midnight. Luckily, we are well fed, but we are still very weak with tiredness. So, one down, one to go. Two down. Okay. Hopefully that's all. I do not have the energy to fight anymore. So I think we're definitely going to call it for this particular day of survival. Yeah, muscle strain. Haven't quite had that yet, but again in build 42, you can literally have muscle strain. So discomfort, lower impact, lower effectiveness with those muscles. So it becomes more important to kind of diversify your attacks. You don't want everything to just be a swing in the crowbar. You want to mix it up, use some stomping attacks, things like that. But if you made it this far in the episode, please feel free to like and subscribe to keep up with our adventures here in the world of Project Zomboid. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.